Good morning, everyone. This is Rama on Riding, coming to you live from a soon-to-be beautiful Kailua Kona, Hawaii. It is just a little bit before dawn here, and while the rest of the country may be having some snow and rain, we've got about the best weather that we've had all year. So everyone come visit. What can I say? We have a treat today. We have Victoria from Extraordinary Outcomes, excuse me.
Okay.
She's going to provide some repatterning for us so that we can let go of 2015 and all the stumbling blocks we may have encountered and move into 2016 with a clear and cool flow. We'll be able to get everyone's books done this coming year, although some of you are pretty darn close and may have finished up. So guess what? You get to write the second book or the third one, depending upon where you are in this wonderful timeline. I'm going to start by having Victoria just give us a little brief background information so that we know what it is she's going to be working with to aid us. I think it's always helpful to have a little basis and understanding of what the modality is. So you're on, Victoria.
All right. Well, I want to welcome everyone. It's my privilege to be here. I think it's important for you all to know that I wouldn't rather be anywhere else but right here, except for maybe Hawaii. I love the beach. And so I know I did this repatterning earlier this year. It was a little bit different than we're going to be doing today, but it's the same principle. And so for those of you who are new on the line or on the call, I wanted to just explain everything again so that you really know what we're going to be doing. And this method was developed by a woman by the name of Chloe Wordsworth, and it's called resonance repatterning. And I always like to honor the person who developed it. I wish I could have said I did, but I didn't. And but I've been a practitioner for over 20 years. I used to teach all over the country, so you are in good hands. And so the premise here is that everything in life has its own frequency vibration. And so you're at the vibration of everything great in your life, and you're also at the vibration of the few things that you may want to change. And so specifically for this repatterning, we want to release the vibrational energy from any frustrations or irritations or hopelessness or anything to do with your book, from the editing, the revising, uploading, and create space, anything to do with that for this year, and then move into a new frequency vibration so that you can release all the frustrations and then move into even today with a clean slate. We don't have to wait until January 1st. We can do that today. And so that's my intention. And the way the system works is there's a place within you I call the innate wisdom. That place in you knows exactly what you need today, because if you think about it, how in the world would I know what you need, right? I mean, I wouldn't know what you need today. I mean, I've got some ideas and some intentions for what we need, because I'm also a soon-to-be published author, so I'm right with you. So not only am I facilitating this process, I can relate. So I've had my own challenges as well. So I'm looking forward to releasing that myself. And so once you give me permission to access that innate wisdom, and then I give you permission to access my database or my energy field, then that means you have access to this method that you didn't have access to before. And then I'm going to be using a process called muscle checking. It's called resonance kinesiology, and to verify the current vibration that we're at, and then we'll move us into the new vibration when we do what's called a modality. And the modality is anything that shifts frequencies. It could be color therapy, sound therapy, essential oils. It could be essences. It could be movement, prayer. I mean, it could be anything. And so, I wouldn't know what the group would need to clear the patterns either. So I'm going to use everything. I'm going to access your innate wisdom once you give me permission. And those of you on the call that choose not to be included in the session, I honor that. And so in a moment, I'm going to get permission. But I just want to back up just a little bit and explain that. Just lost my train of thought. Oh, it was really good too. Something about the frequency. Well, anyway, we're going to move on. I'm sure I'll remember in a moment. And oh yeah, I wanted to show you. This is the mandala that we're going to be using. These are all the different categories that have access. And then how I'm going to be doing the muscle checking is using my fingers. So this will be a yes response. And then the no would be just flips right off my nail bed. Or a yes would be like this. Let's see, like this, yes or no. Or sometimes I go yes and no. And I'll be muscle checking everything out loud so that if you tend to fade into the alpha state of consciousness, which is like in that daydream place, and you kind of really fade out, everything is out loud and everything will be included. So in fact, I suggest that you really, 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 really just relax. And I always like to talk to that little girl and little boy inside you, especially if you've never had this before, because it's like, well, who is this woman? What is she going to be doing? And I don't think so, right? And so I just want to let that little girl and little boy inside you know that you are safe. I'm going to be treating you with TLC. You can speak up when you need to. You're safe with me. And everything is going to be out loud, so there won't be any secrets. And so a lot of the patterns that we have are hidden from your view, and that's exactly what I do, is I identify the unconscious patterns or the patterns that you are conscious of that you don't know how to clear. And so a lot of them come from childhood, you know, the mommies and the daddies and the caretakers and the coaches and the teachers and the children on the playground. I think if we just get through middle school, we're doing pretty good with all the bullying and all that on the playground. And so so my commitment then today and my intention is to get to the core pieces that have been you know, holding you back from, you know, just enjoying this process and having it be with ease and grace. That would be fantastic. And if there's anything that I forgot to explain on the way, well, I've got the next hour and a half to do that. So I'll include anything that I missed out on. And let's see here. So I think what I'm going to do is just have the whole group write down some of the responses on a piece of paper that you have in front of you. That way, everything that you want to be included will be included. And let's see, I think that's about it. So I'm going to grab myself some water here. That'll keep my muscles hydrated so that, well, then I'll be muscle checking for the group. So if you would ever to come in for a private session, then I would actually be muscle checking your arm for the resonance, or just to verify that you're at the vibration of the negative belief. And then by the end of the session, you will no longer resonate with that. But I'll muscle check for the group. That's how it works when we do a phone session or proxy session. So I'm going to drink some water. Drink up, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to have you begin by just taking some slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Just relax into your chair. And just notice with every breath you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Now move your energy into your heart space, into that innate wisdom. And I'll do the same for myself. So do I have permission from you to access your energy field and do the session today? Do I hear a no? All right. And I also want to say this because I know it is a holiday season, and I know that there are many people who are usually on this call that are not on the call. So my intention is to benefit everyone. And so those of you who look at this YouTube video later on and you want to be included in the session, all you have to do is say yes when you listen to the recording, and you will be included. And so that's my gift. So I guess I have a yes from everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And first of all, I'm going to muscle check out loud if I've done everything I need to prepare. So there's anything that I need to do to prepare myself to be of the utmost service for the group? Yes. I need something other than water? No. So it looks like I just need some more water. I need anything else? I need something else. I need more water? Wow, more water. Alrighty. Okay, I need more water. No. Anything else? No. Okay, this is the process that we're going to be using. There's all these different categories here. And the last one we did specifically a writing repatterning, but we may not need a writing repatterning. We may need like a seeing repatterning to see ourselves completing our manuscript or whatever, okay, our revision. So I'm just going to muscle check. So now that you've given me permission to access your energy field, I've given you permission to access my energy field. And so we're going to work as a team, and I'm going to muscle check which category that we need, because like I said earlier, I wouldn't really know what the group needs. So I'm just following your lead. So the best place to begin for today's session is up on orientation. No. Problems into opportunities. No. Intention for new possibility. No. Repatterning. Yes. Well, I have 97 different repatternings. Isn't that cool? And so you are going to let me know which one out of all those 97 that you need. So the group needs something in the Healing the Family Systems. Yes. Book 1, book 2. Book 1. So let me get that book out. It's right over here. This material is based on Bert Hellinger's theory of family constellations. And in this book, there's 8 repatternings, and I'm going to muscle check which one would benefit us the most. And then I'm going to read you the introduction so that you know what this is all about. Okay, so the group needs number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's number 5. It's family loyalty repatterning. So many times we do things on the unconsciously to show loyalty to our family system. And growing up, we needed to live within the bounds or the rules of that family system in order to survive, but we're no longer in that family system. But sometimes we keep holding on to that old way. So let me go ahead and read the introduction. And there's many pages to this. So I'm just going to muscle check which parts that we need to hear in order to, to do the session. So we need to hear this part here. Okay. Okay, we actually need to hear the whole thing. It's rather short compared to the long ones. All right. It says here, every family system has its rules stored in the family conscience. Even though we do not know these rules, we act to generate situations to honor them. When we honor our family system's rules, we are being loyal and we feel at peace. Nevertheless, when our conscious wishes are opposed to the family systems, we can see 3 things. 1, is that we achieve what we want and then we lose it. Perhaps we manage to obtain a stable and abundant financial situation, and then after some time, we lose our money or possessions. That's the first one. The second one is we struggle with great effort to get what we want, and we do not achieve it. For example, we want a relationship that is stable and happy, and we try our best with the partners that we have, but things do not work out. That was number 2. Number 3 is we get what we want, and then something happens to hinder us from actually enjoying it. Like we go on vacation, and we get sick the whole week, like with the flu. Like, what's up with that, right? So those are the 3 things. So when we have a problem that we are maintaining for the sake of loyalty to our family system, we can feel very frustrated. It may be that we have already addressed it in many ways, but there is an invisible limit that hinders us from going further and excelling. To get through this limit would be to break the family system's loyalty. And this is our family of origin. So it's our parents, okay? And if you were adopted, it's still your family of origin. It's still your birth biological parents. It is possible that the pattern acquired through loyalty to our family system has been useful for a long time, but it now prevents our full development. On the other hand, loyalty has a very positive side. It is a way to show love and gratitude to our family system. So the solution is to be aware of the non-coherent pattern that we have by being faithful to the family system, and then to contact love and gratitude inside the pattern, and then redirect a positive feeling in a wholesome way. Thus, the same love that has limited us to be unaware heals us when it becomes conscious. In this re-pattering, we can become aware of, and we will, we will become aware of the loyalty that is blocking our present performance. So we can tune up with an alternative coherent pattern and take a quantum leap to what we really want that benefits us. To be able to achieve this, we need to honor our ancestors and resonate with having their permission to let go of the old pattern while integrating the new pattern. So that gives you a little bit of a flavor about what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we need this first section here. Yes. Okay, we need to identify the problem. And in this work, the only reason that we identify the problem is to just verify that we are at the vibration of the problem so we can shift us out of the resonance. It's kind of like a default mode. You know, you keep going down, down, down the same track. And so I'd like you to kind of tune in and find out, you know, in 2015, for you regarding any aspect of your book, what is the problem? I mean, what really is, if you could sum it up, or not even sum it up, you can, you know, take your time and write down a lot of different things, but if you could really go in and say, what has the problem been? And I'm going to be quiet and let you do that and just allow yourself to write that down. Okay, so since there are, I mean, the advantage of having a few of us on the call here, what I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm going to muscle check which person needs to communicate the problem that is going to fill in or proxy for the whole group. So we're going to include your problem area. Everyone's problem area will be included, but I need one problem in order to muscle check. And so I'm just going to check to see what we need as a group. Since it's a smaller group than I had anticipated, we may be able to have more, personal sharing. And so the best way to do this is to hear from every person that's on the call. No, we need to hear from one person that's going to proxy for the whole group. Yes. Okay, so it's Bill. Let me just check to see who it is here. Okay, I'm not sure who this is, but I'm going to unmute you and then I'll know. Okay. Oh, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. So what is the problem that you are facing or have faced this year? I'm unable to hear Rama.
It looks like she's frozen for a second.
Okay.
Cheryl, if you want to type into the chat box, we can look at it through the chat box also, if that works. But we've got your image seems to have frozen in place. I've unmuted you, so we'll see. The internet is always a great thing, but whenever you need it the most, it kind of leaves you high and dry.
Okay. Well, let's see here. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and muscle check if there's someone else, and then we'll come back to Cheryl, because yeah, she's not even on there at all. She probably there she is. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Wonderful. Welcome.
My internet connection is unstable. I lost you.
That's okay. What is the problem that you faced the most here over 2015?
The problem is that fear of the family disowning me for what I'm going to say because I'm writing a book about the family.
Oh, that is okay. Fear of being disowned. Okay.
And not accepted. And not loved.
The family, very good. Unaccepted and unloved. Okay, we're going to use that to fill in for the group. And so, so thank you for, let's see, I wanted to get your face here so I can see you. Oh, where did you go?
I can see you.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good. So thank you. And so we're going to go ahead and mute you then. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everyone state their problem out loud in the privacy of your own home there. And then I'm going to muscle check Cheryl's statement, and it'll fill in for everyone's. Okay? So just go ahead and just say your statement now, and I'll muscle check it. So fear of being disowned, accepted and loved by my family for what I'm going to be communicating in my book. Yes, so you're matching that vibration. So everyone in the group is matching their problem. So we want to shift that, and so you can no longer be at the at the effect of that, and move forward and do it anyway, right? Because our fears. Fears are going to come and go. I can't say I can eliminate all your fears, but it's the fears that plague us from moving forward is what we're going to be releasing. And so now I'm going to the booklet here. I'm going to see what else we need. So we need letter C. And so now I'm going to muscle check what we do and what we are doing for the sake of loyalty to our family system. And since this is a group, I'm going to get as many as we can. And there are 45 different ones. So I'm sure we'll find the one that would kind of match yours. And so for the group, we need something 1 through 4. No? 5 through 8? Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's the first one. It's the second one. It's for the sake of loyalty to my family system, I have to help the needy. I have to help the needy. So does that make sense to anyone here? I have to help the needy. Okay, so that's the one. Let's see what the other one is. Next one is 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12, nope, 13 to 16, 13, 14, 15, number 16. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, it's for the sake of loyalty to my family system, I have to be productive. Wow. So forget that relaxation and rest. You know, you gotta go, 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 right? And I am always doing something useful. So we want to be able to balance as we're moving forward to the next phase. You know, in our 2016 for our books. And a lot of times, you know, rest and relaxation is actually a part of life. It's not something we do that after we're productive. It's actually can help with our productivity if we can do that. But if we can't do that because of our loyalty to our family system, it's going to be difficult to do that. So help the needy. I'm just going to be writing this down so when I go later and muscle check the new possibility, I need to write these down here. Have to be productive. I am always doing something useful. Okay, something else is needed? Yes. Okay, so we need something else. 1 through 16? No. 17 to 20? No. 21 to 25? Yes. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's number 1. It's number 2. I have a job that is a duty and not a pleasure. So kind of our books can feel like a kind of a duty, right? So we want to bring some pleasure. Okay. I have a job where I am unhappy. Okay, I have a job that is a duty. Not a pleasure. All right, anything else? Yes. All right. Anything else 1 through 25? No. Okay, it's 25 to 30, 31 to 35, 36, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Here. I am isolated. So I know as authors, a lot of us are, you know, pretty isolated. And so there's nothing like having a wonderful community. That's why I'm so grateful for this Publish Now program that Rama has, because we can, you know, feel like we're not alone in the privacy of our own home trying to, you know, move forward with these books. So I am isolated. And again, these are either something conscious that you that may pertain to you from, you know, your childhood, or it could be something you know, that you had to be isolated. Maybe you were the only child and that's the way it was for you. So that's the way you think that you need to continue to be. So we really want to move you out of that. Anything else for the group? Yes. All right. Anything else? 1 through 35? No, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so this is something that's not in the book. So I need to reach out and ask someone on the call what theirs is, because it looks like it's not on this list, but it's very, 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 very important that we include yours. So this is going to be something in your family system that you thought you had to conform to in order to survive being in that environment growing up, or else, you know, it was really like a survival thing. Like, this is the way my family is. I have to be this way. I can't be my own way. And we want to release that so it can free you to move into, you know, the next phase of your book with ease and grace. So I'm just going to muscle check who it might be. So it's Rama. Okay. It's Jill.
Okay, Jill, I've unmuted you.
Good morning.
Hi, Jill.
I don't know how to put this in words.
If you can write a book, you can put it in words, honey.
Okay, I have to hide myself.
Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, so interesting, as you're moving forward in your book and you think that it's going to be threatening to your survival to not hide and to be seen and known, it's the thing that's holding you back, and not just you, but, you know, perhaps other people in the group from the very thing that you're wanting. So thank you so much for sharing that. It's going to make a huge difference in this repatterning and in your life and in our life as a group. Okay, good. Okay, so I need to hear from anyone else? No. Okay, so this is, so we need to muscle check one of these for the group. That's it. Let me get myself back up here. Okay, I need to muscle check one of these from the group, yes. Okay, it is this one, this one, this one, this one. It's actually the last one for Jill. So we're going to have everyone say, for the sake of loyalty to my family system, I have to hide myself. And so we're matching that frequency. And so this is going to be the very thing that we're going to be including today that is really going to move us forward to be seen and known and be comfortable. You know, we can be seen and known but not be comfortable. This is really about being comfortable and confident, things like that. All righty. So now I'm moving on to the next place here. So we need this question. So now the question for the group is, how do you believe this, and I'll read them again, this need to help the needy, to have to be productive, to have to always be doing something useful, to having a job that is a duty, not a pleasure, to be isolated, and to have to hide ourselves. How is that manifesting in your life? So I want you to write that down on the piece of paper. Just take your time. There's no right answer, but just, you know, just as we download these books in the retreats, just download the answer, because your unconscious, this whole session is about letting the unconscious come out. So I wouldn't censor anything. Just let it all out.
Can you read it again while we're writing?
Certainly.
Thank you.
The question is, how do you believe these are manifesting in your life, these beliefs? I have to hide myself. I have to help the needy. I have to be productive. I am always doing something useful. And I have a job that is a duty, not a pleasure. And I am isolated. Just remember to breathe. Sometimes when we are accessing these answers, we can have an emotional response. So just know that that's all a part of this. So just allow yourself to breathe through it. All is well. You're safe here.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome. Now we're in the middle of doing a repatterning. So I'll just have you relax back into your chair and have a few deep breaths, and we'll catch you up. We're doing the family system loyalty repatterning. So I need to hear from a few people in the group. Yes. Okay. Let me muscle check who it might be. It's Dominique. Hi,
Yeah,
Dominique.
I've unmuted you, Dominique.
Thank you. So what was your question?
How do you believe all these things are manifesting in your life regarding your book, the way it's been recently, so we can clear that?
A lot of things have happened, such as death and pretty sick people around me. And yeah, a bit an overload.
Oh, overload. Okay, yeah. Okay. And need to hear anything else? No. So I'm just going to have you breathe and just take some slow, deep breaths. And this is a time, Dominique, and you're filling in for everyone here as well, because we're all really the same. We have these precious, tender little hearts. So just allow yourself to breathe in and out through your nose, and that'll help to release the emotion. And I know that I've been in a huge overload the last 2015 with my book, and I'm sure I'm probably not the only one. So we're going to be able to shift that for the whole group. And there's anyone else that I need to hear from? No. So just know that yours is going to be included. We're going to be using this one from Dominique to like fill in our proxy for the whole group. And so right now, I'm going to have everyone just go ahead and say out loud there in the privacy of your own home what it is for you, and then I'll muscle check Dominique's answer. So I am in overload. Yes, we're matching that, so everyone is resonating with their, that how this manifests in your life. And these are all the things that we're going to be clearing. So that's the whole reason we're doing this, is to release all those negative beliefs and patterns. All right, so the next question is, it's quite a bold question, but it's probably the most important question because there's often something that we're gaining from staying the way we are. that's positive, that if we can just find out what that is, then we can shift it. So the question is, what positive outcome do you obtain from acting or being in this way? So what is positive for you by being isolated, by hiding, by having a job that is more of a duty than a pleasure, by always having to do something useful and be productive and to help the needy? So I'll go ahead and have you write that down in your piece of paper as well, right in front of you. What do you think is you're getting from being isolated, for being productive, having a job that is a duty, not a pleasure? I mean, that answer might be something security. You think you're getting some security, but usually we don't even resonate with the very thing that we think we're getting from it. And so it's like the person who is obese, you know? Like, what are you getting from that? Well, it keeps me safe. Well, if they don't resonate with being safe, they're going to have to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. They still never really have the experience of being safe. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to be quiet and just let you continue to, release and write down on your piece of paper for you what that is. And continue to breathe. Just let it all surface. Okay, so we need a little bit more time. Looks like we need a little bit more time, more than a minute. No, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. About 30 more seconds. Again, I wouldn't censor anything. The question again is, what are you getting that's positive from being isolated, being productive all the time, helping the needy, doing something that's a duty, not a pleasure? All right, so I need to have someone in the group share one of theirs. Okay. It's my friend Bill. Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, so what did you come up with? Do you think it's positive?
Well, I came up with that it keeps the pressure on me. It keeps me looking at what I want versus what's there now. So it just keeps you, like, really, it's this force that keeps you working toward something you've visualized or something you feel like you need to be doing, so you don't just sit around and veg.
Right, and wouldn't that be great to be able to just choose that you want to do it rather than needing this pressure to get you to do it? And it would be more of a, the words aren't coming to me, more of a choice or a pleasure.
Well, less resistance. It's like, for me, when I'm told to do something or I have to do, there's some sort of force telling me to do something, my automatic thing is just absolutely not. It's to just completely resist that thing.
Right.
I'm like anti-authoritarian. But it's like, even if I'm doing that to myself because of my own values, then I also fight that. So it's just like this layer of resistance that I put there
Right.
that isn't really constructive a lot of times. And it just,
Right.
it's
Right.
just kind of natural for me.
And how many people can relate to that? On the call? Yep, there you go. Yep. Okay, so that's the one that we needed. Okay, so let me just formulate just a moment here how to muscle check this. So it's I need pressure or force to move forward with what I visualize. Yes. Okay. And this is general. It's specific. Okay, we're going to have you say everyone. Well, actually, go ahead and name yours out loud in front of you as I'm muscle checking bills for the group, because we do need one statement for the whole group so I can muscle check. So go ahead and just right now there in the privacy of your home, just muscle check what yours is. Or just not muscle check. I'll muscle check. You can just say it. Okay? Okay. Force toward, I need force toward what I visualize. Yeah. And so you're actually umbilically on for that, which means that you can't imagine just, I mean, it would be like so odd to move forward with just choice and because you want to, that you're actually keeping from you the very thing that rather than, in other words, you need the force. You can't imagine not having the force and the pressure. You couldn't do it without it. And so this is really, really, really going to free you up to be able to just, even if you have a to-do list of things that you need to do, because you're really wanting to complete the book or complete the project, it's not like you're not wanting to do that. So then you can change your perception about how you view that list. Like you're giving yourself that list, not anyone else outside you. And then you can be the one who's choosing. And then the timeline is going to be more free flowing. I would guarantee. That's a big word, but I'll guarantee it'll be different. How's that? All right. So the next question here is, oh, now this is a really, really juicy question. I like going deep. So I'm going to reread this list that we came up with as a group. And I'm going to ask, and then you can contemplate this answer, and you can write it down on your paper. It's like, who in your family system behaves in such a way? So who do you think likes that you are this way? And the statement that we're going to be muscle checking is, I am loyal to, I'm just going to pick mother. I am loyal to my mother by helping the needy, having to be productive, always doing something useful. I have having a job that's a duty rather than a pleasure, being isolated and having to hide yourself. So who in your family are you being loyal to by being this way? And I would just write someone down. If you can't imagine, sometimes you can close your eyes, go into that heart space and just ask to be known. Could be mother, father, could be a sibling, could be your uncle, your grandparents, could be but it's usually someone in your family system versus like a coach or friend or something like that. Just keep breathing, because this can be a big aha once it becomes known. So who is like all this, and who are you being loyal to by being these ways? Okay, and we need a little bit more time. No? There's someone in the group that I need to find the answer. It's okay. It's actually Lynn.
Yes.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
Welcome. So who are you being loyal to and your family system by being these ways?
I came up with two.
Okay.
One, I am loyal to my mother-in-law
Okay.
by making money to provide for her son, which is really distorted. My husband has a job, but
Okay.
there's some kind of programming there because she calls and checks with me to make sure I'm still working.
Interesting. Okay.
And then there's a second one that I'm loyal to the drinkers in my family by worrying about drinking. Not that I outwardly show that I have a problem, but I worry about it.
Yeah.
And I don't just quit and go, okay, well, Joe never drinks. Who cares? Because that would be disloyal to them, like disowning their bad behavior.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Right.
rejecting that.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. And then if you think about it, now, did they drink when you were little?
Oh, it was a family systems problem that was out of control.
There you go. And so just knowing that in order for you to be who you are and be out of that system would be like being ostracized. It would be like, I mean, what are you going to do at 5 years old? You're going to take a suitcase and go down, and leave? I mean, you can't leave. You need to live within this system. So that's why we're wanting to identify these things so that you can move out of that. And how would drinking then, how would that apply to the book? Is there like some addiction to getting it done quick? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of going out of the realm there just a little bit, but I'm wondering how that relates to you and your book productivity or your book Ease and Grace.
Well, one of the things that I had written earlier was that this slow motivation, that, I'm motivated, but it waxes and wanes.
Yes, very good.
And I allow myself to be distracted with things like working for the university rather than writing my book.
Yes. And isn't that exactly what alcohol does? It's a total distraction. Very good.
And there's a giving up in people who give themselves over to alcohol. There's a giving up.
Yep. Giving up and giving over. Yep. Very good. Very good. So then those are the other people of you who are on the line. You may have come up with something, quite different than what Lynn did. But if you can relate it to how it's manifesting with your book, it would really benefit you, just like I did with Lynn. So I'm going to also have you take a moment just to see, well, how does this loyalty, how being loyalty in the way that I, felt like I needed to be, or to that person in your life that and how does that relate? Like I know growing up in my family, my father, left when I was 12, and so I became the mother and the father, and I do all this work. So man, anytime someone gives me a list of work, it's like, forget it. I'm not I'm not doing your list. And so that's why, actually in the context of this session, I thought, well, gosh, we can really change our perspective to that list, and we can choose that we gave ourselves that list because it really is the list that we need to accomplish what we want to accomplish. No one's, forcing us to write a book, it's something that we want. It's something that we desire. And so we're just trying to get the pattern underneath that. So I'm just going to let you have another minute or so just to see if you haven't gotten that correlation yet between your that person's who you're being loyal to, by being having to hide or help the needy or whatever, how that's manifesting for you in your book. So I'll just give you a minute or so. And thank you very much, Lynn. It was an excellent job. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're having a little bit of a difficulty, sometimes you can just close your eyes and just ask, kind of like how we download our books. You can kind of download the information as well. Just asking, I want to know the correlation here. I want to know how this is impacting me so I can free myself up, and you'll get the answer. Okay, so the group needs a little bit more time. Yes, more than a minute, more than 2. 5, 10, 15. Need about a minute.
Hi, may I interrupt? Hello? May I interrupt?
Yeah.
I had come up with who I felt loyal to and how it was affecting, and I wasn't sure if we were still able to bring our thoughts in on that.
Sure.
I'm sorry, it just came to me, and I was like, I finally felt like it had clicked.
Very good. I would love to hear that. Okay,
so I was having a really hard time narrowing it down to a specific person because I am in so many different close relationships with a lot of the people in my immediate family and in-laws. And then what I realized is that I thought all of my relationships with them were so different, but now I realize that isolation of what I want to do, what is important to me, is manifesting by always being the yes person in every relationship I have with my husband, my kids, my mom, dad, in-laws. And even though they're all different types of people and we all have different personalities, I'm seeing that I am the one who's just whatever their schedule wants, whatever their needs are, that I'm having a lot of discomfort now trying to put my book schedule, my priorities with that up high, because I'm still trying to be their, agreeable girl.
That's exactly what we're looking for. And what was your name?
Leah, I'm sorry. I'm not on the screen because I'm on my
hi,
phone.
Leah. Yeah, thank you so much. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for. So you can hear the struggle. It's like if you, like in order to be loyal to your family system, you have to be this yes person. Now you're trying to grow out, you have this limit. Oh my God, what am I going to do now? I'm going to be ostracized. That's exactly what we need to shift so that you can be really, clear with them and maybe even have a conversation with them. This is my new project. I know that all these years I have been the go-to gal. I'm letting you know I'm no longer going to be your go-to gal, and this is the way it's going to be. Now that may be may not be an easy conversation to have, but it will be a lot easier after this re-patterning, because something is going to click within you and you'll have a priority on who you are, and it'll be okay if you are not accepted. It's almost like as little kids and, younger people, we couldn't say what we wanted to say, or we did say it, we got punished. So it's like, well, I'm not going to do that again. And so by you moving into that adult within you with the new vibration, the new resonance that you're going to be having, that conversation is going to be much smoother. And then same for all the other people that's on the call, whatever your person is and whatever your circumstances around that is good. I would just look for, how it's different. And once you're at the new vibration, it's going to be a lot easier. So thank you so much for sharing that. That's exactly what I was hoping the group would go way into the depth. And so I really appreciate your courage to look, because it's not always easy. Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that was another great example. And so, so we need any more time now? No. So I'm going to have everyone, I think everyone's muted then. And so we'll have everyone just say theirs out loud right in the privacy of your home there. And then I'm going to proxy the one that Lynn came up with for the group. I am loyal to my family system by worrying about drinking, by having slow motivation, being distracted, giving up, and giving over. Yep, so we do resonate there. But not for long. That's the good news, not for long. All right, very good. Okay, so now, now this is, oh my gosh, this is such a fantastic part. Okay, so we've gotten all the, the way it's been, and now you get to create a new pattern that's going to make you feel happy and demonstrate in a healthy way the love that you feel for the members of your family system. And I'm going to give you an example so that you kind of know what I'm looking for here. So what we're going to be muscle checking in a moment is the statement, I demonstrate my love and loyalty to my, like if your mother came up or your sister or sister-in-law or father, that person. So I demonstrate my love and loyalty to my, I'll just say mother, and all the members of my family system by finishing my book with ease and grace. I'm going to make this up by, February 2016. Or by speaking, like for you, Leah, by speaking my truth, by taking care of myself, by putting a priority on myself and what I want. an example would be completing your book or finishing the website or getting your YouTube, you know, you know that list we have. Yeah. So I'm going to say it one more time and I'm going to be quiet so that you have the time to actually do this. So I demonstrate my love and loyalty to my family system by whatever it is, that positive. This is going to substitute for the negative pattern. And we need a little more time. Yes, more than a minute. Less than a minute. Okay, about another minute or so. And we need more time? No. Okay, so I'm so curious to hear from, so we can hear from one person, from two people. Rama, So what is it, what is a new pattern that you can demonstrate your love and loyalty to your family system by being what?
Well, my issue is always procrastination and, feeling after my day working with the authors that I don't want to work on my own stuff. So I'm going to honor myself and put myself first.
Very good. Thank you. And wouldn't that be so fantastic? There's no accents that you're the one that muscle check, because, wow, we could all use that. We could all use that. And it's not like we don't ever do that, but we're going to be resonating with it. So it's going to be like, I was going to say a piece of cake, but it may be a little bit, you know what I mean? It'll be easier anyway. So by honoring myself, and did you say putting a priority in my book? If you could just say that again.
Honoring myself and putting myself first.
And putting myself first. And interesting, I love the way you said that, because interesting, I said put a priority in your book, but you said putting a priority on myself. So then if you choose the time that you spend with the book is still putting a priority in your book. So then it can be a lot of other things. If you have a priority on, going hiking or going to the beach or, whatever it is there, you'll have a priority on that. And, I always tell people, and you all know this, but it's kind of a cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway. When you get on the plane and they talk about that oxygen mask, they always talk about putting your mask on first. So that's so important to be able to put a priority. So thank you very much. And I need to hear from one other person. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go through the list here. All right. Here. Okay. Is it Age Nost? I'm sorry, I may not be pronouncing the name correctly. Age Nost?
You're pretty close on that. Yes, I think when it comes to what you've been talking about, I think my issue is more that I work way too much. The wheel of life is not round. I need more balance.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Live a life.
No, I'm saying I need more balance. I'm working way too much. It's way in excess of 12 hours a day on doing work. And I think I need more balance, because once I step away a little bit, I think it'll be easier to see what's going on behind the scene that I don't recognize otherwise.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I was unable to hear, so perhaps Rama can reiterate what you said so that I can get that. What you say is very important. I just didn't hear it.
The gist is that, he's working way too hard and needs more balance.
Okay, live a life of balance. Okay.
Thank you. That's really an important one for all of us.
Yes, exactly. That balance physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, exercise, play, rejuvenation, massage, having facials, or, time on the beach or time in the woods, whatever that might be. Okay, so let me go back and go ahead and muscle check this for the group then. So thank you very much. And, oh, there I am. Okay, good. So I'm going to have everyone say out loud to yourself there. And then I'm going to go ahead and muscle check both of these statements for the group. So I demonstrate my love and loyalty to all the members of my family system by honoring myself and putting myself first, and living a life of balance. Okay, we don't resonate there, but we will. That's the good news. We will. Okay. Okay. Next question is, oh yeah, we talked about that permission. and when I read the introduction, it talked about that we need to have permission from our ancestors to let go of the old way and move into the new way. And if you think about it, every generation likes to have a better or provide a better life for their children than they had. So our ancestors did the best they could, given everything, all their family life, all their unconscious beliefs and patterns. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us to understand it. I know the adult in us knows that they did the best that they can, but what we're wanting to work on is the wounded child that still lives inside us, so that we can heal those wounds and grow the child up so that we can live an adult life in our adult bodies. And so we just do that one session at a time. And so ultimately, I mean, if you really, 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 really think about it, wouldn't your ancestors wanted you to have a better life than perhaps they could provide for you? Probably. I mean, really. I don't know if any, hopefully none of you had a childhood that, I'm going to get up and see how horrible I can make your life today. I mean, I doubt that, really. And so, and even the times that they were in, if they, were raised in, or if you were raised in the Depression era, I'm sure they wanted to provide more than they could, didn't know how to, and you can imagine how distraught that they felt, really. And that's just in the financial area. So we want to verify that at this point, we don't actually resonate with getting permission from our ancestors to let go of the old way and embrace that new way that you just identified. So we're just going to verify that so that we can shift it. All right? And so I need to hear from someone specific in the group. No, so we can just keep a general, like the old pattern and the new pattern. Okay, good. So it's been a little while since I've talked to you about the old pattern. So I like to just revisit that, especially for some of those of you who are, came onto the call a little bit late. We're doing the family loyalty repatterning, and the resonance that we're at earlier is that the family loyalty is to help the needy. This would be the old pattern. So when I actually muscle check this in a moment, this is what I'm talking about. So we're going to be checking the resonance of the pattern of loyalty was helping the needy, having to be productive, and always doing something useful, having a job that is more of a duty than a pleasure, being isolated, and having to hide ourselves. And so this is the old pattern. So I'm going to have everyone say out loud, I have permission from my family system to liberate myself completely from these patterns It looks like we're on for that. Now I'm going to muscle check on the umbilical level and we're off. That means it would be so foreign to think that this is possible that we're actually rejecting on the unconscious level the very thing we long for, which would be to be free of this loyalty. Okay, and the next one is, next I'll have everyone say, I have permission from my family system to embrace the new pattern. And we're actually on for that. I'm going to muscle check umbilical, and we're actually umbilically off for that one. So it's like, it would be foreign, or how do I want to say this? Actually threatening to our survival to let go of the way it's been, to have that old loyalty and to move into the new loyalty. So that's huge because, you know, if it's threatening to our survival, we're not going to do anything that's going to threaten our survival. So it's really stuck. It's like a default mode that we've been in that would be impossible to shift until now because we've identified it. So that's the way this works. All right, so I'm just gonna move through here on the little photos and see how everyone's doing. Is everyone doing okay? Yeah. All right. Okay, good. All right, so now we are going to move forward and we're going to do this modality. Okay, we need to know anything else before we do the modality? No. Okay, so this is the old pattern. Okay, so this is the time at this session we're actually going to do the modality, and I will refresh your memory on what this is. This is it's based on new physics, and new physics talks about that there can be one piece of new information that's added to the whole, and it will create a system-wide effect of great significance. So in some other systems of transformation or healing, we may have identified a belief, and then they would have had to do something like tapping, you know, or some other technique to clear it, and then find another statement and clear it, find another statement, clear it. What we do is we gather everything from the whole session, and we find out the one, or sometimes it's two, different modalities that's going to shift. And it's like we came in at this vibration, we want to be here, and by identifying everything that we did today already, we kind of slowly moved up the radio dial, move, but we're maybe here and we still want to be here. So this modality is going to move us into this new vibration, and then after we do this modality, I'm going to verify. So this is going to be a wonderful guided visualization. So you can, you know, put your pen down and just move into your chair. And in fact, this is so important that I'm going to say if anyone needs to take a little bathroom break, I'm going to just give a little bit of time to do that, because I really want you to be really present for this modality. So if this is the time, I'm going to see if anyone's getting up here. Take advantage of my, oh, there's someone gone. Okay. So we'll just allow you to take a little bit to go to the bathroom so you can really be present. It looks like there's just a couple people that have taken advantage of this opportunity, so we're going to wait till they get back. In the meantime, those of you there, you can just sit back in your chair and begin to get really centered inside yourself. Taking some slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. And I would let go of anything that you're writing. Just allow yourself to come into your center and close your eyes when you feel comfortable. And just really get into that heart space. And when you breathe in and out through your nose, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system for calm and relaxation. That's why we have you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And we're just waiting for one more person to come back. So allow yourself to feel supported by the chair that you're in, so you can just let go and just relax. All right, so everyone's back now, so we'll have you just continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Really letting this chair support you and moving into your heart space. Moving your energy into that innate wisdom into your heart. So I'm going to have you imagine your parents in front of you. And you can have them be at the distance in front of you that you feel comfortable, depending on how much healing you've had around your relationship with your parents would depend on how close that they can be to you. But just see them looking down at you, and you're looking up at them. And behind your mother, I would like you to see her parents. And behind your father, see his parents. Even though you've never met them before, perhaps you can see them behind your parents supporting them, kind of having their back. And now we're going to go back another lineage. We're going to have you imagine that your mother's parents are behind her. And your mother's father's parents are behind him. And your father's mother's parents are behind him. They're behind her. And your father's parents are behind him. And just take a deep breath. And I would like you to go back 1, 2, 3 more generations. And so you can imagine all these ancestors are looking down at you. And they have a message for you. And I'm going to be the voice for your family lineage. We like and approve that you integrate your new way of being into the world. That you get your word out about your book. We support you from where we are, and we give you our love and our blessings. We like that you integrate this new way of being in the world, having a life of balance, honoring yourself, and putting a priority on yourself. Although we might have done it differently, we are pleased that you do what is best for you and that you achieve what you most want. Please honor us by moving forward with what means the most to you. From where we are, we support and hold you with our love and our blessings. And breathe that in. Really allow yourself to take that into the core of your heart. And as a group, we need anything to really solidify that within us. Yes, it's a particular oil that I have. No, it's a spray. It's a spray. So let me go to my sprays over here. It's in row 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need a spray. It's called Clearing Confusion. We can really move into clarity of what's next, clarity on what we need, and then be able to speak that. And we need this in the crown chakra, you know, the brow, the throat. Yeah, the throat chakra is about new beginnings. It's about new possibilities. It's also about speaking your truth and living your truth, which is what we're doing with the release of our books. And the group needs this once, twice, 3 times. So I'm going to spray this on my throat chakra in practicing for the whole group. And so I'm going to have everyone say, clearing confusion. Clearing confusion. Clearing confusion. I'm asking that everyone on the call, that their throat chakra come back into perfect balance and harmony. I ask if there's any tears or holes in the chakra that they be repaired as we speak. I ask that the chakras spin in the correct direction and the correct speed for everyone's well-being. And that it moves out into the universe and comes back to be recharged in the correct force for everyone's well-being. I ask that the color blue, which is the color associated with the throat chakra, be brilliant and bright in its hue. And that the protective filter around the chakra is intact. I ask that if the chakra is misaligned in any way, it comes back into its perfect alignment so that we can speak our truth, live our truth, and move into new beginnings and new possibilities with ease and grace. And we need more integration. Yes, more than a minute, less than a minute, no, for 1 minute. So we're going to integrate that for 1 more minute. And this minute is complete. Yes. All right, so you can slowly come back into the present moment. And we need any other modality? No. All right. So, I'm sure that was fantastic hearing that from your ancestors, knowing that you have a whole team of people now backing you and giving you their love and their blessings. I mean, that's a lot of people. So, and of course, it's everyone on the call here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back and we're going to verify that everything shifted and that you're at the new vibration. So I'm going to grab myself a little bit of water here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to all the statements that we muscle checked. I'm going to start from the beginning. And I'm going to do this in a very orderly manner so that you can say the statements that you came up with earlier, just there in the privacy of your own home. And then I will use the same proxy statements for each category that I did earlier. I'll do that again so that you can we can verify the shift. All right, so I'm going to get my drum roll out. All righty, so we started the session with the problem. So I'll have you go back to your first sheet of paper there, and we're going to have you say the problem out loud, and then I'm going to say the problem that we came up with the group, and I'm going to verify that. So you can say that now. Fear of being disowned, unaccepted, and unloved by my book being published, or by my family, by my family for the content that's in my book. Okay, good. So we no longer resonate with the problem. So you no longer resonate with the problem that you've been having for this year that you wanted to release to be able to move into the next year. Yay! All right, next one is, this is what we needed to do for the sake of loyalty to our family system previously, and I'll read you this list. It's help the needy, have to be productive, to always have to do something useful, to have a job that is a duty rather than a pleasure, to isolate, and then to have to hide myself. So I'm going to use that last one, to hide myself, to verify that this shifted. For the sake of loyalty to my family system, I have to hide myself. And we're no longer matching that. Whereas before I got a strong muscle check response, now I'm getting off, meaning we're no longer at that vibratory rate. Yay! All right. So the next one is just to review how we believe that this has manifested in our life. And then the one that we needed to talk about, let me just look at my notes here for a moment. Oh yeah, the one that we used was bills. Oh no, it wasn't. Wait, let me just go back a moment here. Oh yeah, the overload, that's what it was. Dominique's. Sorry about that, Dominique. So this is Dominique's statement. So for you, you can go ahead and say in front of you how you believe that this loyalty in the past has manifested. And so I'm also check for the group. I am overloaded, and we no longer resonate. Very good. Yay! Where's my cheerleader team here? Oh, there's Jill and Dominique. Okay, Cheryl. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And now we're going to do the statement about the hidden benefit, or the positive, what we think that we're getting positive from this. And this is the time that we're going to use bills. So I need to be forced, or I need to use force and pressure toward what I visualize in order to manifest it, and we no longer resonate. So we don't have to have that force and that pressure, and that was bills, but for whatever you came up with, we've released that as well. So now, Bill, you can just be in choice to, that wonderful production schedule that we have, right? Excuse me. The production schedule that we have, or that marketing list that we've got going. We don't have to be pressured by that. We can use that as a motivator and to inspire us to, really move forward with what it is that we want. All right, so the next one is yeah, this is the one that Lynn came up with. And this for you would be what you're doing oh yes, this is where we identified the person in your family system that you are being loyal to by having that old way. And Lynn had mentioned that, worrying about drinking, slow motivation, all that. For you, it may be a family member, like I'm loyal to my mother by being this old way. So we want to verify that that's shifted. So I'm going to say this for the group, and you can say yours out loud right in front of you. I am loyal to my family system by worrying about drinking, about slow motivation, being distracted, giving up, and giving over. And we no longer resonate. Woohoo! Woo, woo, woo. All righty. So that means that yours were included as well, even though I'm using Lynn's to proxy for the group. Okay, the next one would be the new way. Okay, that's the new way that you came up with for your loyalty and to demonstrate your love and loyalty to your family system. And the ones that we're going to use is the one that Rama came up with. And I'm sorry I didn't write it down, but that other person about living a life of balance. So you can say that out loud to yourself, and I'll go ahead and muscle check this one for the group. I demonstrate my love and loyalty to all the members of my family system by honoring myself and putting a priority on myself and living a life of balance. And we do match that. Before we got a muscle check off, now we get it on. Woohoo! All righty. And now the next piece is the permission. Permission. Okay, so I'm going to have everyone say, I have permission from my ancestors to liberate myself completely from the old pattern. And we do resonate. Fantastic. And now the next one is, I have permission from my ancestors. You can all repeat that. Un momento, I lost my place for just a minute here. Oh yeah, to integrate the new. Okay, have everyone say that again. I have permission from my ancestors to integrate my new way of being. And we resonate. Okay, so everything shifted. Woo! So let's see if we need a positive action. So I'm going to go back to this mandala here. And we were at the re-patterning here. And then we did a modality. And now we may need positive action. So there's something specific that we need to do for today's session as far as an action. No, so we're going to naturally take action. So let me explain this. This is so cool. So it's not like we have our list, right, you guys? We don't need another another thing to do, right? But you now resonate with taking the actions that you know to take. And so I would look for how you're taking these actions with more ease and grace, or you make a shift in your schedule so that it appears and you have a sense that it's with more ease and grace. Perhaps you get up earlier, or you make a shift in your hours if you're working a day job, that you get off earlier, whatever. But it's almost like you're going to now take actions at the new resonance, the new vibration. Now, I have a theory, although I have not done statistical analysis. I love those kind of theories. And my theory is, if you've already taken action but it hasn't manifested, it could be that you didn't resonate with the action manifesting what it is that you want, because you weren't at the vibration of that manifestation. But now that you are, I would think that action that you've previously taken can now, it's almost like it can catch up with you now, like a domino effect. It just catches right up. So that person that didn't call you, that really could help you, may call today, may call tomorrow. Or all of a sudden that idea that, you've been struggling with an idea, it may just come into your mind to do, and then you move forward with that. So I would look for all the previous actions that you have already taken now manifest, or the actions that you're going to be taking now with that same list are going to be more energizing, more fulfilling, easier, and sometimes it's just asking for help. So you can always ask for help as well. So there's anything else needed for today's session? Nope, session's complete. Session's complete. Woohoo!
Well, thank you, Victoria. That was an amazing session. I think our timing is critical, having the ability to clear out the old year and prepare for the new year. I know that I'm going to be able to put myself first. I just have to figure out exactly how to do that now. With every idea comes action. So I hope that we can get everyone's book out there this year, especially yours, Victoria. We have some resistance we're working on, and hopefully the universe will respond today.
Can I give everyone my contact information in case they want to call me?
Absolutely.
Would this be a good time?
Yep. Let's go
Okay.
for it now.
If you're curious about, what I really do, how in the heck did you do that, Victoria? My phone number in Phoenix, Arizona is 602-864-7662. And my website, my email address is victoria@extraordinaryoutcomes.com. And that's also the, for now, until I get my publishing one up, that's my website too. So if you have any questions, give me a call. If I can support you in any way, I'm there for you. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. I just love doing this, and I appreciate you trusting me with your precious lives, because I do look at them as very precious. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. All your sessions are always wonderful, so thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, everyone, have yourself a wonderful Saturday. I'll be back next week for a webinar on planning for the new year, kind of looking at the components of what we all will be wanting to accomplish. So we have a lot of work coming ahead for us, and everyone enjoy your weekend. Take care now.
Bye.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Rama.
Thank you. It was great.
Enjoy the rest of the day. It's snowing.
Where are you at?